Hello and welcome back to another Innovator video. Today we are talking about a new invest in the Atlantic. This is Invest 95L, which currently has a 70% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours and 5 days. So let's get right on into it. A small area of low pressure is located about 1,100 miles east of the Lesser Antilles and is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity primarily west of the center. However, environmental conditions are expected to become gradually more conducive for additional development, and a tropical depression is likely to form by the weekend. The system is forecast to move generally westward at about 20 miles per hour across the tropical Atlantic, reaching portions of the Leeward Islands late Saturday or early Sunday, and interests there should monitor its progress. So this is coming right on the back of Fred, and this storm, according to a couple of model runs, may actually be worse. Let's get into that. So here's the GFS, and here's Fred, here's 95L. So tracking this across, you can see that it's moving pretty quickly and kind of gets torn up. There's not a lot of energy here. Fred just passed through. So not much here. Maybe a tropical depression through the Lesser Antilles. And eventually, as it starts to move away from the same path as Fred went through here. So you can see that this is bearing off the course, moving up just a little bit further north, back into some areas with actual heat on the ocean surface. That means that it has energy, and we get probably a tropical storm at this point, but it stalls out right near the Bahamas. And just like that, this storm intensifies extremely quickly, all the way down to 940 millibars. Then it starts to head north, losing strength, as of course it's moving north into cooler waters, but the Outer Banks of North Carolina gets hammered by a major hurricane, and this storm continues to ride up the coastline. Now, most of the significant impacts are going to be over South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Maryland. By the time it gets further north than that, it's going to be back in the 990s. For the Northeast, that's basically just a non-snowy nor'easter. That's basically all they're going to be dealing with as the storm weakens very quickly. So it weakens almost as fast as it strengthened. So we have a short period here where we have a major hurricane. So I'm going to go back right over here, and we're going to zoom in just a little bit to the eastern U.S., and then we're going to move to our wind speeds, just see what the GFS has in store for this storm. Now, as the storm comes to the north, it is showing hurricane force, maybe even Category 2 hurricane force. As it stalls out in the Bahamas, it gains all of that strength. We are easily looking at least a Category 3 storm here, if not Category 4 or 5. Look how big this storm is. That is insane. You can see that the wind field of the storm is extending from the same length as the entire coastline of South Carolina, Georgia, and northern Florida. So as the storm starts to head into the Carolinas, you can see that the shoreline is getting battered, and even over land at 10 meters above sea level, you can see that the friction of the land is slowing it down significantly, but there's still areas here seeing hurricane force winds until the storm makes landfall, starts to weaken, then those go back down to tropical storm force. And eventually, by Wednesday the 25th, we're back down to tropical depression strength over land. And again, this is where that that's saying, that this is a non-snowy nor'easter that I said a couple minutes ago comes into play because after this storm makes landfall, it weakens so quickly that we're not really going to be seeing huge impacts on the northeast. But let's just go back here, and we're going to zoom in yet again to the southeast. So you can see the storm is huge. You can see that we have plenty of rain from this. Let's actually go to the total accumulated precipitation. Oh yeah. So let's actually go, we have to go back one here, I believe. Yeah, this might not be as, let me figure this out real quick, because it should be showing this by now. Alright, technical difficulties, let's go to here. Alright, so at least for the time period that we have, we can kind of see the trajectory of the storm's precipitation. Easily 2 feet of rain. So, what do you think is going to happen with the storm? Comments in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.